Hello, dear students. Nice to see all of you in my online class. Mm, My name is Yuldasheva Zainab Kamilовna. I'm an English language teacher in Ilgin State University. Okay, today we will discuss with you one of the most component parts of the social issues. It's meetings and its objectives, why people organize meetings, what effective sides of meeting and which is not some not so effective points of the meeting. Maybe the following issues we will discuss further about the positive and negative sides of the meeting. Okay, so let's continue about it. Um, let's look through some objective points of the meeting. Learning objectives. What are meetings? What are the different purposes for meetings? Types of meetings, organizing meetings, writing tasks in meetings. Okay, so the meeting actually, this is a group of people that is gathered in one round in order to discuss particular issues. Here given two short definition for the meeting. A meeting is a gathering of two or more people where positive discourse occurs. Of course, their purposes will vary. Standard verbal expression in speech or writing, and extended communication dealing with some particular topic. In each working place, whether it can be educational purpose or it can be organizing or service purposes, the the head of the department mostly organizes meeting in order to discuss the further questions or if they have occurred any kind of problems in order to come one right conclusion. The boss or the organizer of the program or the head of the department or another directors mostly organize the meetings in order to discuss more points of the issue. Okay, meetings enables face-to-face connect of number of people at the same time. At this time, mostly people see each other and perceive the information and reflect to those information. And then they may share about their points whether this doings are right or not. So that's why in order to face-to-face communication, meeting is good. Provides opportunities for sharing information, making suggestions and proposals, taking discussions, and obtaining instant feedback. This, during the meeting, all the issues or all the problems are put in the middle, and in a circle, each participant of the meeting will give their opinion about it, and then they will exchange their feedback. They facilitate exchange of views. Meeting facilitate exchange of information. Okay, here, as I mentioned earlier, this is the procedure of the meeting. During the meeting time will happen. The first exchange of information. How many people are sitting around the table? They exchange the information. They exchange their views. Articulation of alternative viewpoints. Deliberation on specific issues. Removal of misconceptions. Okay, Kant. So, elaboration and clarification of concepts and ideas. So, what is the meeting's plus sides, or what is the meeting includes? The elaboration and clarification of concepts and ideas. Finalization of plans and strategies. Review of performance. Enlistment of support and a host of such communication needs, so essential in business or organizational content. They facilitate intensive interaction with individuals as well as groups and achieve much more than any written communication. So, in meetings, the first, you economize the time and then the replies are fast. That's why I told you about the communication. Our communication is free and face-to-face. And then at the end of the meeting, they achieve, it's easy to achieve the goals which put beforehand or which put before starting the meeting. Okay, meeting's purpose. Okay, here given three major purposes about organizing meetings, or what is the meeting's purpose itself. Let's start. To coordinate or arrange activities, to report on some activity or experience, to put forward ideas for the discussion. This is the major purpose of organizing meetings. Okay, if we talk about to coordinate or arrange activities, during the meeting times, the coordinator or the person who is organizer put the activities. The next one, to report on some activity or experience. So, in any particular representative can talk about the activities points or experience in order to report. That's why in meetings there are specially prepared people who is gonna talk about or who is gonna give the short report about daily activities. To put forward ideas for discussion. Okay, in order to come one conclusion or in order to decide something important, all the ideas will be discussed around of the table. So discussions are very important in meetings. So the participants of the discussion will give their points, and according to the number of the higher points, so the director comes to one conclusion, collecting the ideas of the participants. Meetings, purpose and content. To instruct a group of people, briefing, to discuss and solve problems related to business, to give and get new ideas and immediate reactions. Okay, here you may see 10 golden rules for meetings. Actually, it's very, I can say, concisable. You may understand it. The first one, the meeting should be convened only when it is essential. So, in order to organize your meeting, you should know the time. Okay, when it's essential, when it's very important to have the meeting. The second one, meetings should have time schedule and must begin and end on time. This is very, very important. If you are planning your meeting takes 2 hours, so try to finish your meetings at this point. Otherwise, there's some kind of discomfort about the participants. So that's why try to organize your schedule correctly. Meetings should be conveyed only when no telephonic discussion is possible. That's why it's called meeting. Meet, it means to find each other or to communicate, to see each other. That's why it's not preferable using of any kind of mobile phones or telephone discussions. They must have clear and specific agenda and sub-agenda. They must have clear objectives. As I told that before having a meeting, the person who is going to talk or the person who is preparing their reports, they should have clear objectives. So why putting the question ahead, why preparing the meeting? Time limit should be specified for each item of agenda and sub-agenda. The notice of meeting should be sent well in time before meeting to those who are required to attend the meeting and can make useful contribution. Conclusion of meeting is summarized so that each one understands the summary of the proceeding. Okay, as everything starts with the beginning, so at the end with the summarizing all the issues, what you have discussed in order to overall it, and then with short speech you may summarize what you have talked. Action-oriented minutes should be prepared and circulated after the meeting. Meetings should be closed on a pleasant note. Yes. What kind of pleasant note? Okay. For example, I will give some examples for this one. Okay, thank you very much for your participation. I really appreciate your ideas and your feedback. Thank you very much for your contribution in order to be good, uh, in order to be good results, or in order to have a good result. Something like this. Of course, the boss or the controller or head of the department should have a pleasant tone and pleasant way of conveying. Okay, with this one, I just wanted about the discussion about the meetings, and we may say the plus side of the meeting is economizing time. It's good to see each people face to face and take their opinions in one time, and also feeling about the other people's thoughts, ideas. This is one plus. But sometimes it's if the objectives are not clear or the meeting is unpurposable. In this case, this is just time consuming. This is a negative point of the meetings. Sometimes meetings are held, but at the end there is no result. Just discussing, everybody gives their speech points and etc. But at any way, the organization will not be good, and then they will not come on conclusion. So it's just wasting a time. And also, there is one point about the organization of the schedule. Uh, so the reporter plans this is 2 hours, but it mostly lasts for 3 hours and more than 3 hours. Means that the participants feel discomfort about sitting the same place and listening the same issues about the reputation of previous meetings as well, and then they will have no desire to participate this meeting again. That's why try to organize your meeting as affordable as a motivated one and as informative one. So the participants of the meeting should take something and also can share about their points in the further. If you follow those advice or those follows, your meeting will be successful, and your report, which you have prepared, should be very information based. I mean, fact based, information based, and somehow goal orientated. That's why meetings in some points are effective and not effective. But anyway, in any kind of organizations, whether it can be governmental organization or non-governmental organizations, meetings are commonly used up to now. Okay, so I want to conclude the lesson with this one. If you have some interesting questions, you can, again, I'm not tired of repeating the same thing every time when I'm going to finish my class. You may ask any questions in our Moodle platform, or you may text me to my email, or even we have a Telegram group with you. We may chat in order to discuss this topic further. Okay, see you next lesson. By the way, I want to remind you that our next lesson is also a very important one. The continuation of social issues, disabled people. We will talk further with this information. Okay, in this case, goodbye. See you in my next lesson.